Hi, Jim Gray here. I just got up this morning and I looked out the window. I could see a little thermometer on my shed in my backyard and it read 0. So, you know how 0 feels. It makes a real impression on your body. I clicked on to CNN and of course I read that Atlanta is bracing for their second winter ice storm this year. And here's some irony. I thought I'd share a little story with you. I was in Atlanta just recently for the first ice storm they just had this year. I was in Atlanta for a marketing conference. We go to 4 marketing conferences a year, and the purpose of that, of course, is I want to stay right on the cutting edge of all the best tips and techniques and strategies to help my customers get their homes sold for the most amount of money. So my latest conference took me to Atlanta, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to Atlanta. It's the South. I'm going to get a little break from this, you know, freezing winter cold we've been having. But I get to Atlanta, and of course they're having the coldest winter in years. But I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be inside for basically 3 days, 8 hours a day. But on the last day of the conference, right, I come out of the conference room. I've been in there all day, and I kind of look out the window and I realize, wow, this ice storm that they've been predicting, I've been seeing at night on the news, has set in. But the thing is, I'm from New York, right? The Northeast, Rochester, right next to the lake. We live in this kind of weather, you know, 4 and 5 months a year. So I'm looking out the window of this hotel and I'm thinking, it ain't a big deal. And I got my little rolly bag with me, right, full of all the books, you know, from the seminar, weighs about 30 pounds. I got my backpack with all of my other materials in there, and I got my big overcoat. And I'm getting ready to leave the hotel that the conference is in and go to the hotel where I'm staying. Now, the thing you have to understand is, the conference hotel is at the top of a hill, and my hotel is at the bottom of a hill. So I got to walk down the hill to get to my hotel. And I'm kind of looking outside, and it's pretty nasty outside. A little bit of you know, snow, and it looks icy on the ground. But again, it's like every day in New York in February, right? So just as I'm getting to walk out the doors, the concierge, who's trying to be friendly, says, "Hey, you know, be careful out there." And I'm like, "I got it. Not a problem." I walk out the doors, and I'm like, wow, it's a little slippery out here. I turn the corner, I walk down the sidewalk, and I get to the street, which is the top of the hill. Now there's a policeman standing there, officer friendly, and he says to me, "Hey, you walking down the hill?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And he says, "Well, be careful." And I'm like, "Hey, no, thank you, I appreciate that." I take my first step down the hill and I realize, oh, well, gee, it's a little steeper than I had imagined. But I'm okay, because I'm from New York. This weather, who cares? I live in this all day long. I take another step, and it's a little slipperier than I thought. And the policeman, who's trying to be helpful, says to me, hey, you okay? And then what I was going to say was, I got this. But what I said was, and then whoom! I fell flat on my back. But here's the thing. The rolly bag that I had that weighs about 30, 40 pounds, it's like stretched out behind me. And the weight of the bag now is pushing me down this frozen half pipe of a street. Have you ever been skiing and you wipe out right at the top of a run at the very beginning, and then you just slide the rest of the way down the slope? Well, that was me. So I got the rolling bag above me, I'm laying on the back of my backpack, I got my legs kind of splayed out in front of me, and I am just sliding down the street, and I can't stop myself. As a matter of fact, I slide for so long, I have time to think, wow, I'm still sliding. Yep, still sliding. And I get all the way to the bottom, and right, if you ever slipped on ice, right, what's the first thing you think? Gee, did anybody see that? I hope nobody saw that. I kind of get to the bottom and I stop for a minute and I'm like, well, I'm still alive. And then I hear this little voice behind me, the cop at the top of the street, "You okay?" So I kind of get up and I dust myself off and I'm like, no, I'm good. I walk across the street. I'm walking up to my hotel and I'm like, okay, so, you know, I got myself collected. I'm a business professional. I'm 50 years old, sliding down hills with a backpack on. It's not what I do. I come walking through the doors, right, and I take one step into my hotel, and the nice little girl behind the counter says, "Fall down, did you?" So anyway, just when you think you got a handle on it, man, you are flat on your back and sliding down an icy slope into oncoming traffic. So I thought I'd share that with you because I knew that would give you a little chuckle. And again, we were in Atlanta because we try to stay right at the market forefront of the best strategies for marketing to help you sell your house for the most amount of money. So if you have any questions having to do with buying or selling or investing in real estate, feel free to give me a call. I'll tell you more about my icy sliding story if you'd like. And remember, in real estate, there is no such thing as a dumb question. I look forward to speaking with you.